So what do we know about what happened?
This happened yesterday afternoon, Isabel, on Lake Victoria, which is in the north of Tanzania and also borders Kenya and Uganda. The MV Nyerere, it's an open-deck ferry. It was travelling between the islands of Ukerewe and Ukora. And it sank, as we've seen, not far from the shore, just before docking. Now, the Tanzanian government says that over 40 people have been confirmed dead, but as you've said, the real total is feared to be at least 200. It's difficult to know how many. According to Reuters, the person distributing tickets is among those drowned, and also lost was the machine which recorded data on the number of people who were on board. There were very distressing scenes. It was so close to the shore, so lots of people witnessed this yesterday. People in the water and hundreds watching helplessly from the shoreline. Fishermen did do their best to rescue people and managed to rescue at least 20 or 30 people. The authorities suspended their rescue operation overnight, but it was due to have started again at dawn, so it should have restarted now. But of course, it's well over 12 hours now since the ferry sank.
Yeah, but Alistair, Tanzania does have a kind of a poor safety record when it comes to these situations. And you know, what have the authorities said?
Well, the authorities aren't saying so expressly, but it does seem that the ferry was severely overcrowded. Reports say that this particular ferry had a capacity of around 100 people, but it seems that several hundred were on board. The reports speaking of 300, 400, perhaps even more people, plus cargo. I've seen at least one eyewitness saying that he saw lots of people rush to one side of the boat all at once, so it could be that that had something to do with it. The ferry services operator says there were no mechanical problems, that there had been maintenance in recent months and that 2 engines had been overhauled. Official records reportedly show that the vessel was bought in 2004, so it was at least 14 years old, but it's said to have been renovated in July this year. Yes, Tanzania has had several ferry disasters in the past, and overcrowding's often been a problem. In 2012, a boat went down with lots of passengers on board off the island of Zanzibar in the Indian Ocean. Dozens were killed. There was an even worse accident again off Zanzibar the previous September. Hundreds of people were killed then. As for Lake Victoria, well, there was a similar disaster to the one we've seen yesterday back in 1996 when hundreds of people were killed. There were charges then that were brought, but it seems that 20 years on, similar things happened again.